Hey, Shalom, Akim. It's your brother Ra'az Allah from GMS London Camp. First and foremost, want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rechachodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and blessings to the hopeful and sincere elect. It's a quick one in regards to the suit up and boot up conscription that's coming to the UK and worldwide, but namely over here, regards to the nuclear threat from Russia, from King Putin, Tsar Putin over there in Moscow. And now, according to the PM over here in the UK, Rishi Sunak, and a couple generals, they're going to put forth a conscription for the youth. And basically force people to join the war, the Third World War. And that's in line with the scriptures, man, because the Lord said, Scripture says that, many men are going to die in the war, and they're also going to be recruiting a lot of women too, since you women was fighting for equality and with feminism and all that madness. You wanted equality, now you got it, man. Now you women are going to have to suit up and boot up as well and join the barracks and the trenches in this Third World War, which is going to be over there in the Middle East, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, which is Yahweh Shaphat in the Hebrew, which means the Valley of the Most High's decision, or the Most High's judgment. And that's in Joel, the 3rd chapter. It says multitudes and multitudes of nations are going to be gathered in the Valley of decision. So this is in line with the scriptures. A conscription is definitely coming, so you people better get ready to suit up and boot up, man. You ain't going to have a choice, man, because this Third World War is definitely on its way. The nuclear threat is definitely heightened as of lately, and there's more attacks going on over there in the Levant and around the Middle East, Syria, Iraq, different lands over there in the Middle East, especially with Iran, and because of the situation with Gaza, it's been a catalyst for the war that's brewing over there in the Middle East right now. And now you got Yemen and the Iranians, attacking different warships, different strikes against US and UK troops. And there's casualties now, man. There's quite a few casualties that have been popping up in regards to these attacks, either US or UK officials getting taken out by the enemy, so to speak, and it's gonna lead into that Third World War. Scripture says that the least of the flock shall draw them out, talking about the Israelis drawing out America into this Third World War, and in terms of them drawing out America, they're gonna draw the UK as well, because it's part of the same B system, part of the NATO. They're not part of the EU anymore, but they're part of NATO. So the UK is gonna have to band forces with America, as they're doing right now, to continue this fight in the Middle East and against Russia. So the conscription is definitely on its way. So the headline in Sky News says, is conscription coming back? Well, the answer is yes. This is how it's been used in previous wars, and what the UK citizen army would involve in future. So this is coming, man. Citizen army, man, and they're predominantly focusing on the youth. And there's a lot of TikTok videos of these women coming out, young and old, and men as well, doing videos saying they're not ready to go to no war. You're gonna have to basically force them by the sword, but they will force you, man. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is the devil that the Bible speaks of. He's gonna show his horns in these last days. Revelations 12:12, because if they have but a short time. So whether you people like it or not, these devils are gonna force you into that war. You're gonna be shipped over there to the Middle East, and you ain't coming back. Anyone that gets shipped over there to the Middle East for this nuclear war, this Third World War, is not coming back to their motherland, their homeland, so to speak, the UK or the US, because the US is about to be destroyed by way of nuclear fire. So you don't want to go back there anyway. So I might put this in the description box if they'll allow it, but for the most part, you can look up the definition of conscription. It'll tell you on the Google, spiritual Google, man. But this is beautiful, man, because this is in line with the prophecy. It says men shall die in a war. I've got a few precepts here. I'm going to read and close out. There's Isaiah 3, and it's going to humble. This is definitely going to be humbling to you women, because you women like to talk that independent talk, and you don't need a man. But in these days, you're going to find out that you always needed a man all along. You was lied to. You was hoodwinked by the damn devil because you took off that serpent's juice, going back to the garden with Eve and the serpent, and thought, you was going to be a goddess on the earth, not knowing that he was setting you up for a great fall, man. And you're going to be humbled in these last days because a lot of, husbands and wives, brothers and all that are going to be dropping dead, and fathers in the war to come. This is Isaiah 3. Let's go straight to the point. 25, it says, the men shall fall by the sword and the mighty in the war. Yeah, the Third World War. And that's coming right soon. We're in that time, man. That's why they're calling for a conscription, because they know things are getting more heated than ever before, But this Third World War is not going to take place until the mandating of the RFID hit, which is the MOT to the B, around the formings of the earth, pursuant to Revelations 3 and 10. So verse 26, I'll read 25 again. It says, thy men shall fall by the sword. The sword is a killing instrument. And the modern day sword is talking about the gun. It says, and thy mighty in the war. So a lot of men are going to die in this Third World War, whether they be drafted or not, part of the conscription or not, man. The citizens' army, they're going to die anyway. Whether they're in their homeland or over there, been shipped over or drafted over there to the Middle East. The mighty men are going to die, man. It says, and their hearts shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. So this is going to be a humbling experience for you women out there, you heifers, that always been talking all that independent feminist bullshit, man. You women are going to be humbled in this last day, in these last days, man. You're going to come to realize that you ain't the prize. And Isaiah 13 and 12 quantifies that. It says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold. And not just any man either. This is talking about an Israelite man, a man of the Lord. It's part of the Lord's elect. They're going to be more precious than fine gold. Well, namely because they're going to be scarce. And on top of that, the Lord's going to give them the wisdom, knowledge and understanding to cope through the time of Jacob's trouble, the Third World War, all them type of scenarios. They're going to be able to cope through it through the Spirit. As it tells you in Isaiah 33 and 6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability at thy times and the strength of their salvation. And the fear of the Lord is his treasure. So those men are going to be very precious in the sight of the Lord. And to these women on the earth as well. It says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So those men are going to be very precious indeed. And they're going to be very scarce. And that's why, pursuant to Isaiah 4 and 1, it tells you that 7 women are going to take hold of 1 man, because there's going to be a ratio. The ratio is already 7 to 1, roughly paraphrasing, or roughly saying, should I say, when you look at the ratio between men and women. So in that day, there's going to be even more women chasing men, because 7 is just a number of completion. It says Isaiah 4 and 1, a remnant prepared. So this is all about the elect, man. They're going to get their shine in these last days. The Lord's going to exalt his men, which is a small sanctuary known as the remnant, or that cluster of grapes called the elect. And they're going to have the pick of the litter. That says, and in that day, 7 women, which the number 7 means a completion, 7 women shall take hold of 1 man, an Israelite man, a man of the elect, a man that's more precious than fine gold, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. What reproach? The reproach of world war, Jacob's trouble. Men being drafted over there to the Middle East and people losing family members, man. Left, right and centre. Not seeing family members anymore. Everyone just disappearing off the face of the earth, as so it would seem, But they're being put through the ringer, so to speak, by the Lord. Because everyone's got to go through that judgment seat, man. And the Lord's got different judgments for, each individual persons, especially of the 2/3 and them that rebelled against his truth. You're not concerned about the other nations because they're just, extra characters of the Lord's movie. But concerning Israel, the 2/3, they're going to be catching hell in these last days, man. Jacob's trouble. It's not going to be no walk in the park. So these women are going to realize that, especially these Israelite women, and they're going to be coming and running, looking for certain men, Israelite men, to take care of them. And as I said, the men are going to have the pick of the litter. The power's going to be in our hands, basically. And you women, a lot of you women, they're going to get, fanned the hand, basically. You're going to get rebuked. It's going to be fair game too, because For the longest, men have been getting shitted on by these women and this whole society, you know, because this is a matriarchal, vagina worshipping society headed by Sir Esau Edom, the so-called white man. And you know, Eve was playing the devil's advocate all along. So when the tables turn, we're gonna see how you like those, how you like it, man. The taste of your own medicine, you know. So these days are coming, man. That conscription is definitely on its way, because that's part of prophecy, man. You people are gonna be drafted over there to the Middle East to die. It's part of your judgment, man. The Lord says, gathering the nations to pour upon his judgment, man. To plead with all flesh. The word plead means to judge. So this is the last piece I'm going to read and close out. 2 Ezra 16. I'm going to read on down from verse 21. It says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Yeah, you people might, you know, see prices dropping in certain stores and, you know, buy 2 for 1 and all these different deals and thinking shit is sweet. You know, cost of living might be going back up to normal, but then at the midst of that, all hell's breaking loose around the four winds of the earth, as you can plainly see. Wars breaking out over there, wars and rumors of wars over there in the Middle East. You know, Putin's getting ready to attack the West, different countries over there in Western Europe and America. So evils is multiplying, man, on the earth. You know, so think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. These people are definitely in the midst of this great confusion right now regarding this conscription. A lot of people are scratching their heads, wondering what the hell's going on. But that's the power of the Lord, man. The Lord's bringing this kingdom down, and sword is definitely going to be hitting this place, and more famines. You know, there's going to be a lack of resources, man, a lack of bread. People going crazy, going ape shit. You know, going from civilized to uncivilized real quick. For the lack of bread, man. For, you know, time of great tribulation, Jacob's trouble. Civil war's going to be breaking out as well. This is all going to be happening. It's like a domino effect of events. Shitstorm of events that's going to be happening all at once, man. And the nuclear war is going to seal the deal on this place. It says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. You know, so you're going to be starving to death, a lot of you people out here, women and children and men. It says, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And we already mentioned that the sword, modern day sword, is the gun. You know, over here in the UK, they like to use knives a lot. They call it chefing and all that stuff. You know, when they want to attack someone, stab and jab and all that, they call it chefing. So, you know, there's going to be a lot of chefing in these last days with the sword. It says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of dead bodies piling up, especially over there in the Middle East. For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. Yep. And the first job of the wicked elite, their job is going to be to bury those bodies over there in the Middle East when the smoke is all cleared. Once the smoke is all cleared and World War III is over with, America's totally wiped out and destroyed. The first job of the wicked elite, when they're captured and put into slavery, is they're going to go around digging pits and burying dead bodies, man. You know? And sticking stakes and pails in the ground. And, you know, getting put to work, man. Getting put to work in them plantations. That's going to be their first job, to bury them dead bodies, man. That's in the book of Ezekiel, the 39th chapter. It says, verse 24. It says, there shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. Yeah, because a lot of people will be dropping dead. It says, the trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all the places shall be desolate of men. Yeah, the places are going to be desolate. And when they do this conscription, there's definitely going to be desolate of men. You know, there's going to be a lot of women out here on their lonesomes, man. You know, like damsels in distress. And as I said, men are going to have the pick of the litter in that day. You know, there's going to be a lot of ravishing going on as well with these heifers out here. You know, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. Yeah, another man's going to, you know, people are going to be missing, man. Cities are going to become empty. You know, it's going to become like ghost towns and all that. Just like when during the lockdown with the C-19 and all that, you know, the cities was like ghost towns, man. People was all locked up in their house. You hardly saw anyone on the streets, you know, in the major cities and all that. That's how it's going to be in the midst of war. people are just going to disappear, man. You're not going to see them again, you know, because they're going to be getting judged. Or getting ready to be getting judged. It says, for out of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of a field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves, and in the clefts of the rocks. There's going to be a scarcity of men, man. It says, as in the orchard of olives, upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives. Or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so, in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. So there's going to be a scarcity, a rarity of men, and you know, people around, man. People won't be, you know, going through their traumas and their dramas, man, getting judged, going from one drama to another, man, you know, catching hell, especially in the time of Jacob's trouble and part of this conscription. It says, and says, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through. Yeah, and they show you that in the movies like I Am Legend, ghost towns and all that, cities, skyscrapers, you know, getting regrowth and stuff in that nature, you know, growing thorns and trees, coming out of buildings and shit, coming through the concrete, you know, because there's no one to, you know, take care of the infrastructure no more. Bridges is broken down. There's all kind of potholes and manholes in the major streets and all that. It's gonna be it's all corroded. The worm has spread under thee, man. It's gonna be all corroded, man. You know, and it's not gonna be rebuilt. It says the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. See, so the men are gonna be dropping dead. It says, and the women shall mourn, having no husbands. It says their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. Yes, there's gonna be a lot of destitute women out here. You know, so that's why it's going to be like 7 women to 1 man in ratio. 7 women shall take hold of 1 man, roughly paraphrasing, meaning a complete number of women going to be chasing down 1 man, you know. And that's just a shadow of things to come in the kingdom, the Lord's kingdom, you know, because he likened the kingdom of heaven to a man having 10 virgins. We're going to have many virgins, man. We're going to be dealing with many women, not all this monogamous BS that they pushed over here in the West. Man has to deal with 1 woman for the rest of his damn days, catching hell. Man's going to have more than 1 woman, man. He's going to have many wives. You know, he's going to have the ability to take care of all of them too. And his concubines, man. Why? Because it's a righteous thing. It's lawful in the sight of the Lord. The Lord said, be fruitful and multiply, replenish the earth. So that's exactly what the Israelite men are going to do, starting with the elect. It says, hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Yeah, so this is a message for the elect, the men that are going to be, you know, going through the gauntlet, so to speak, these fiery trials in these last days in the time of Jacob's trouble. But the Lord said he's going to be with them. He's going to help them. He's going to be a guard unto them. He's going to be a refuge unto them that call upon his name, you know, starting with the elect. So these are beautiful times, man, even though it's going to be horrendous times at the same time, the bittersweet end. But, you know, this is the necessary evil, man, because this place needs to be taken out, and these people are desperately wicked. This whole kingdom is wicked, man. So, you know, let it fall, man. Let it go, you know. Anyway, with that, I'm going to close out. Give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rekachodash. Shalom to the hopeful and sincere elect. Get ready for suit up and boot up, man. Get ready to suit up and boot up for the conscription. Shalom.